Pledgeums! In gaming, some trophies are notoriously challenging. Others are laughably easy, and most lie somewhere in between. There is another type of trophy though, ones added to a game with the sole intent of trolling the player, such as setting some mind-numbingly repetitive task, or something that requires an absolutely unreasonable amount of luck or even time to achieve. In this video, we'll go through the story of one of the most infamous trophies ever, Infallible, from Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Here the developers said the challenge so difficult they thought would be practically impossible. Not deterred by the mammoth task ahead, through the perseverance and tenacity of the trophy community, we soon found out that Infallible was, in fact, fallible. Fall Guys was released back in August of 2020 on PS4 and Steam, appearing as one of the monthly PlayStation Plus games. It's not hyperbole to say that Fall Guys had one of the most successful launches of the generation, appearing relatively out of nowhere to be an overnight sensation. Fall Guys mania gripped the internet, with all the big corporations trying to get in on the action. And it deserved the attention too. Fall Guys took inspiration from shows like Wipeout and Takeshi's Castle, offering a huge amount of fun and genuine laughs. It helped that the game ran great also. With minimal server issues or bugs, it was a polished experience through and through. But what about the trophies? Well, let's just go back before the game released to a Reddit AMA at the end of July 2020. While discussing the game, lead game designer Joe Walsh alarmed trophy hunters worldwide by stating one trophy was so insanely hard he didn't think anyone would ever unlock it. Once the trophy list was revealed, Infallible was there for the world to see, with the tall order of winning 5 games in a row. Fans of other Battle Royale style games understood immediately that this trophy was no joke. Winning a single game with 59 other players is not easy at the best of times. To win 5 entire games in a row was extraordinarily challenging, with countless opportunities to be eliminated due to bad luck, bad teammates, or simply being outskilled. We soon saw the developer's prediction didn't bear much scrutiny, with the trophy being earned by not 1, but 7 people on release day. 7 people was still a tiny percentage of the absolutely massive day 1 player base, but was still 7 more than the developers forecasted. So how did this happen? Well, users on forums around the internet reported that they were able to earn the trophy by winning 5 games not in a row, but in one session of the game, without quitting the application at all. It was unclear if this was ever the case or just a temporary bug. The other explanation was that people just legitimately met the requirements. With all the brand new players starting the game, anyone who put the time and effort in early were going to be at a huge advantage. So in a way, the start was always going to be the easiest time to pick up Infallible. For most trophy hunters, however, the Infallible task was still something unachievable. While there were many who argued the trophy was possible with enough skill, the time and luck investment was something many were not interested in pursuing, and resigned to never getting the trophy. A huge divide emerged between trophy hunters, with a seemingly even split between those who wanted the trophy completely abolished, and others that believed Mediatonic were well within their rights to create a trophy so difficult. Still, while many gave up on earning the trophy, others set out in search for an exploit. Fast forward about 1 week later, and the first true crack in Infallible's armor was exposed. Some crafty trophy hunters figured out by exiting out of the game before being eliminated would prevent a streak from being lost, providing a clear chance to save your winning streak with fast enough reflexes. While this didn't make the trophy easy by any means, it was a ray of hope for trophy hunters that Fall Guys may just be a platinum they could add to their trophy cabinet after all. The main problem with this exploit was that you often wouldn't have enough time to quit out before being eliminated, especially in games where defeat was down to split-second decisions. This exploit remained in place for some time, with developers seemingly ignoring its existence. Reports of the glitch no longer working seemed to pop up around late September, when the number of earners plummeted from about 7 per day to barely even 1. But that certainly wasn't the last drama we saw with the Infallible trophy. Season 2 arrived on October 8th with a medieval theme and gauntlet mode, a queue with no pesky team games. Team games were the thorn in many trophy hunters' sides, as no matter how skilled you might have been, you often couldn't impact a team game enough if your own team was performing poorly. Paired with the fact that balancing pre-made squads versus solo players was a real issue, the removal of team games in gauntlet mode was a welcome change for trophy hunters. Or at least it would have been, if not for a new Infallible bug that also tagged along with Season 2. Users started to report that the trophy was now completely unobtainable, even with 5 legitimate wins in a row. It's hard to know if this was a result of overcorrecting for the exiting glitch in Season 1, but whatever the case, this meant we saw almost no earners of Infallible for almost 2 months until the bug was resolved. Starting on December 15th, Season 3 had a snowy theme, with the Infallible situation similarly on freeze, with no new major glitches. But that didn't stop trophy hunters thinking of some ingenious ways of earning the trophy. Full Discord groups of 60 plus players got together to try and take turns letting a designated player get the trophy, to mixed results. Another out-of-the-box approach reportedly saw players email Fall Guys support directly, claiming the trophy didn't unlock after 5 consecutive wins, without actually meeting the requirements. In some reported instances, support allegedly unlocked the trophy manually server-side for the players. But even with these tactics, Infallible never rose higher than a 2% rarity on PSN profiles, proving to be as elusive as ever. It wasn't until Season 4 on March 22nd that we saw the addition of squad modes that a new glimmer of hope appeared in trophy hunters' eyes. As a squad win counted for everyone in the group, this made Infallible at least mathematically more achievable. The only problem now was that the player base had gotten smaller, and only the more dedicated players stuck around, meaning competition was fierce. And so that brings us to the fabled date of May 13th, and mid-season update 4.5. Mediatonic were feeling particularly generous here, as along with a slew of new game variations, Custom Lobbies were added to PS4 for the first time, having been available earlier for PC. Although Custom Lobbies disabled trophies, it didn't take long for trophy hunters to find the loophole needed. And so the dam broke open. Countless forum discussions, videos, guides all went up in record time, showcasing the possibility of earning Infallible inside of these custom lobbies. The only catch was that you needed a lobby of 4 real players and needed to reset the game to get the trophy to pop. This effectively tricked the system into thinking you had won 5 official games, whereas those wins actually came from the custom lobby. The rush was a sight to behold. Boosting sessions galore, Discords packed with LFG requests, and an inflating trophy rarity like we've rarely seen before. It was almost poetic, partly due to that original jab at the trophy hunting community in the infamous Reddit AMA, and subsequent shade throwing. There was a long-standing beef with this trophy, and for many players, this was all that stood between them and the elusive Platinum trophy. Ultimately, the glitch was fixed in update 1.24 on May 20th, giving players a full week to take advantage of the exploit. Evidently, the damage was done, seeing Infallible half in rarity, going from approximately 1.75 to almost 4%. The trophy would never be the same again. And so our story ends, at least for now. There has probably never been such a controversial trophy in the history of PlayStation, and we can be sure that we haven't seen the end of the Infallible trophy drama. Maybe this event will encourage Mediatonic to add some equally challenging DLC trophies. I shudder to think. So, what lessons have we learned after all of this? Well, I think this could be a cautionary tale for developers. Don't taunt the trophy community, as they likely will find a way.
Blood chums!